We are seeing that the consumption environment has been bottoming out, but it's not improving or rebound significantly. And also, if we look at the month-over-month data, there are still a lot of volatilities. Overall, we will say that consumers are still very rational in spending. So that on the one side, during the holidays, and when there is like promotion activity like right now, June 18 event, consumers still shop. So looking at CNY data and also the Dragon Ball Festival, actually traffic and some spending are healthy, but usually after the holiday, after the promotions, consumer become very rational again. So one observation is still a lot of volatility, and peak of peak, the trend are still quite diverged. And the other things we are observing is across different sectors and even within the same sectors, across different brands, it's very diverged again. So on the one side, we try to say that it's not all that bad because you can see some new consumer names are doing really well, while the traditional old consumer names, indeed, the data point is still not as exciting. And so if the companies or the sectors, they are still they still can find some penetration opportunities or something related to more like experience and emotional values. Actually, we see there's still good momentum going on for certain sector and certain categories. And having said that, the trading policy is still going on. So those sectors like appliance benefit from trading policy. Year to date, the growth rate is actually okay. So aggregate-wise, without a more significant policy support, and I will say that the growth rate probably will be relatively steady at this level.
Are you expecting more support? The data has come through. We got the latest exports. We got the latest inflation. Exports coming in better than expected, but it has come down, but only supported by this front loading that we're seeing because of the trade war.
Yeah, indeed, we don't really expect a significant stimulus. So on the one side, this trading policy will continue, and it actually have a positive drivers for those sectors. But on the other side, we still need to see the overall economic activities improve, so that this could drive a stable employee market, salary growth. Hopefully, they can lead to a better consumption sentiment. So I think at this point, it's more like go down to each company's, each subsector's situation, and they need to find their own growth opportunity, not only in mainland China, but potentially in the overseas market.
We're tracking some of the discounting that we're seeing in China. I don't know if you cover the EV space, but of course, you all know BYD cutting prices by as much as 30% across 22 models. But we're also hearing from Starbucks cutting prices on sweet drinks by 5 yuan. What does this tell you about the market?
That's an interesting comment. Actually, second half last year, we start to see some companies talk about more rational promotion activities. And back then, I think the situation was things were so bad. And if you look at a lot of the, no matter big players, smaller players, they are just squeezed out for the cost optimization. So, and if even they put out more aggressive promotion, it didn't really drive traffic. So until I think early this year, we actually see pricing across different sectors stabilize. But honestly, in the past few months, things change a bit. So you have BYD indeed, and we also have a delivery platform giving out aggressive coupons to drive these freshly made drink companies' growth. So at this moment, also June 18 event, this is still very promotional for some sectors. They have inventory to digest. So it's more volatile at this point. That's a fact. And also, I think for some companies, I think some companies may have their company-specific issue. Let's say in the freshly made drink segment, looking at the past like 3 to 5 years, the premium segment suffer more since rational spending clearly is playing out in this segment. But you actually see some leading players in the mid-price and mass market. They're growing pretty nicely. They can get market share. So for some sectors, I think if we consider spending power or the income growth is more moderate, only like low to mid-single digit, premium segment, they may still face more challenges in this environment.